What's going on, everybody? It's been a while since I posted last. I owe you all some of an update. This is going to get situated here shortly. The roof got repaired. Now I'm just waiting for drywall, so apologies for the ghetto background, but some progress. So I got the car back about a couple days ago from Mitch at Piper Motorsport. Really happy with the results. Did double NASCAR style doors for pass and driver's side. I can't speak enough about Mitch at Piper Motorsports. He took the time to talk to me about the project, what I was doing, what I was trying to do, kind of future-proofing it, since I'm pretty new to all of this and I'm learning as I go. So it's essential to find folks like that in motorsport that are really willing to bend an ear, some patience, and answer some questions. Obviously, tough love is part of that, all of that. But man, we had a situation while I was on vacation. The car was at Piper getting the cage done, and there was a little bit of a mishap. I guess a gentleman in there, another customer, had started his car in gear, and it lurched a little and hit my tow hook bolt right here. You can barely see it. There's a little bit more damage over here on the rear bumper. I'm not going to mention names because rude. The gentleman who had the mistake, man, what a class act. Reached out to me, was super eager to make things right, and boy did he make it right. What a gentleman. I was actually really shocked about how that played out. I'm kind of depending on how I share that, but I couldn't be compensated for somebody's mistake. I've made mistakes, Lord knows, and I kind of just put it up in the air, left it to God, and said, hey, mistakes happen, man. And he made a donation towards the car project, which, I mean, honestly, I was like, wow, that says a lot to that person's character. So car's fine, just a little scratch. Right now is getting the cage ready. Gonna scuff it up, apply some black paint. It's gonna take a while. There's gonna be a couple stages of this. I'm gonna need to mask it all out, the glass, everything. I'm gonna do the pipes all the way from the trunk forward. I'm gonna leave the body color paint down here fine. Maybe these filled holes I might just cover, just for it being bare metal. Other than that, really rocking and rolling. Next project, or next track event should be August 9th of this year. So if you're in NASA Mid-Atlantic, what's up? Come on by, say what's up. I met some of you folks, colleagues of mine at work, which is awesome. But other folks that stumbled into the channel, love to talk tech, cars, all the things. Stay tuned as I start to really crack open this project as far as getting the cage prepped and ready to go. A quick little update. It's off. Like the interior windshield, I know it's oily, but it's gonna get Windex and whatnot. Gonna do the other side. Then I got a bunch of this painter's tarp. I have to figure out how to weave it in here in such a way where I can protect the interior color. I don't mind painting all this, and then that way any of my overspray goes under the pipes and protects the back of the trunk of the car. I thought about maybe taking some of that black Krylon that I have and just doing the belly of the spare tire storage location. I'm probably gonna do that just because it's just rust, and I know rust is gonna win over time, but if I can throw some paint on it, keep that oxidization from happening faster, and slow it down, and then eventually take it to a fabricator just to weld a plate in there on top of it or something. Also wanted to make note of Andy Smedegard. Reach out to the guy on email. I honestly don't know how fast he responds, or how he responds so fast, better said, to all the emails talking about kill switches. You know, he tells me updates about some of the cars, what he can share. Really just another Ansible of motorsport that you can talk to, and they'll just be like, yeah, here's information. All the while I've been managed by a very very hard manager. He's been watching me non-stop in this whole project, and this guy, seriously, he is just not happy with the amount of progress I'm making. So that's the look of concern and consternation. And so he's not enthused. I'm probably gonna get thrown on a pip if I don't knock this off. Yeah, he's giving me a look right now, so I better pause this and get after it. I'll be right back. Woo! After Chewy giving me a talking to and told me to get my act together, made some progress. Here we are. Yes, I used a buttload of blue tape. I don't want to hear it. I used it. They had a 6-pack at Home Depot. It was on sale. Whatever. But anyways, it's sealed up pretty good. I want to focus on scrubbing the bars now with a Scotch-Brite or maybe like a coarser grain. Talking to my buddy, Master P. What's up, dude? Said I should just, do a nice kind of surface layer sand, something coarse, just so the paint can stick to it. Got to be careful about these seams though, because you don't want to cover them up too much with paint, because for tech they're going to want to see these seams, make sure they're nice and gashang. Yes, that's Farsi for nice and neat and goodness. Anyhow, I gotta button down that flyaway there. Other than that, I took out the ABS module there where that yellow stuff is. I'm gonna button that up and then start scraping away on this thing, and then maybe apply some paint today. It really depends on how froggy I'm feeling. Whew! It's been a hard, wow, damn, 4 or 5 hours of total work time. So this is what we got. First coat in. I'm very happy with it actually. The Mitch from Piper Motorsport, Mitch Piper, said to use this textured paint. He had mentioned that a lot of racers put like a light color on the interior of the car, and he mentioned it doesn't really make a big difference. I'm sure there's a hot debate about that, but he said for all of his cars, if a customer wants it, he uses that. I decided to save a little bit of money, because money gets me more track time, and do it myself. So, did the interior bars. There's also another bar that runs along this side there that I had to do. The plates on both sides, and then even into the trunk. You can see in here, I got a little bit of a canopy here. That side, all the way up, on the other side as well. For those folks that may want to tackle this themselves, and they're like, hey, what'd you do to prep? My buddy said to use some Scotch green, or green Scotch-Brite, to really get a nice rub on the metal, to get some small little grooves for the paint to adhere. And then acetone, or acetone, depending on who you ask. This stuff worked really well. Very flammable, be very careful. So, scrub the bar with the Scotch-Brite, give it a minute, and then I use the sponge with the acetone over it. And if you screw up with the Rust-Oleum, just grab that sponge with the acetone, go over that area that you kind of goofed on, apply it there. It's paint thinner really, or paint remover. Just be careful, have good ventilation. You can hear the fans going full tilt. I have the garage open, but even so, I'm going to take a little bit of a break because this place smells like a paint booth. When it's all done, I get the cockpit all situated. We'll fire it up and talk about what I have to do before the next track event, because I found another oil leak on the valve cover. So stay tuned. Hey, good morning everybody. Sunday the 7th of July. Got up early to, good grief, got up early to beat the heat, and unfortunately the heat found me, as well as some additional paint. But I was able to get round 2 of a coat added, so let's take a peek. Just kind of going over it. Nice long streams of paint. You don't want to start static and then you get pooling. I definitely did that. I'm not trying to go for, a show floor. You can see there's a little bit of pooling here, but
honestly, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to see it because the top's going to be on. Other than that, went over everything, center console, crossbar, all the way through, and pretty happy with the result. Took some photos, shared it with some of my friends, and they were really taken back by the way it looks. Which, you know, bare metal look okay, cool, but I think that matte black that texture provides, it's pretty nice. So yeah, I gotta take care of that pain in my nose. Anyhow, I found a leak. If you look up K24 valve cover leaks in the back of cylinder 4, and I would show you, but there's wrap all over the car. I'm not going to touch it until it cures and dries, probably over the week. Some folks have found that there's a constant area of leak where the valve cover mates to the head. Actually, my buddy Pine found this. Props to him. Where some people use Honda Bond in certain areas where there might be a little help needed, where the gasket maker material and the gasket itself may need a little assistance, for lack of a better word. So I'm going to try and get the GoPro strapped up in a way where I can actually show you how I kind of carbon copy other YouTube videos. And maybe we'll identify maybe a missing part of gasket material, something. But I want to get that taken care of. And then on top of that, I followed Rob Robinetti's oil cooler post on his website. I need to add another bracket. So if you look at Rob Robinetti's oil cooler install, he mates it to that center beam, which is great. It's a good mounting point. But under load, under bumps, it allows the core to really flex a lot. And it's only using those 2 points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a bracket and tie it up to the top of the bumper. That way I can get 3 points. And the 4th point will probably come later. Maybe I'll commission somebody to come out and weld a piece to build that bracket, or maybe 3D print it and just bolt it in. Then that way I have 3 points holding the oil cooler in place. That way if I hit any bumps, it's not impinging on 2 mounting points, but that third will give it that vertical stability, and then also it keeps it from beveling backward and forward under load or stress, downhill, uphill, that kind of thing. So stay tuned as I get the car ready. I'm going to try and get this paint off my nose, why it's there. It's probably from the face mask. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and stay tuned for more information as I get the car ready.